second. Wait a second. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So that check bounced. That was
Yes.
for her kid?
For her
That
kid.
was the insurance policy
Yes.
for the kid?
Yes, but be
Of course the insurance didn't come through because the kid's not dead. Oh
Yes,
my gosh, what a
exactly.
piece of trash.
That's why I said you have to be, you know how they say you had one job? You know how some people say that now, you had one job. Audrey Marie Hilley, you had one job. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do it because the check bounced. All you had to do was just write a check that you can cover for what, $23 or at that time?
All you had to do was be a freaking mother.
I agree.
Don't kill your kid for only $25,000.
I agree.
I mean, not saying kill him for any kind of money, but I'm just saying.
What are you saying, Ky?
Only 25. I know, right? Be like, I need to check on your daughter. I'm just saying, only $25,000. Like, okay, that's wow.
No. But keep this in mind, though. She got paid for her husband because that was years before. So she got paid for her husband, and then
I understand that. But she got paid for her husband.
Yeah.
But then what I'm saying is, you went and tried to kill your kid and cashed the check before the kid even died. For only, and I'm saying only $25,000.
Yes.
That's what your child's life was worth to you.
Yes. Well, no. Once again, okay. So for all of our listeners who follow his see, if Logic was here, he would definitely say, Char, I got this. But I love history as well, and I definitely study a lot of history. And so what happened was, during that time period, $25,000 was comparable to at least $45,000 right now, if not more. That's it. Probably a lot more. So, yeah.
Would you murder your son for $45,000? Somebody could offer me $1 billion. I'm still not killing my kid. Like, there's no price that you can get me.
Comparable to $60,000. Plus, I received $25,000 from my husband, which was comparable to $60,000. So now I have.
Let's be honest. Your husband, you could just off him for like $5. Am I right?
Yes,
anyone?
Yes, you're right. Yes, in today's time, you're terrible. You are terrible. The mind. Oh my God, the mind. Yes, but I do agree with that. In these days, especially, you can do that. But back then, I think anytime. What's a husband really worth? I mean, husbands are something to most of us. But, when it comes to money, it is what it is. It's just nothing. It's whatever. It's nothing, So, okay. So we're going to move this along because this lady is absolutely out there. She's done a lot of crazy things that you guys have to be privy to. So let's just kind of keep it moving. But here's the thing. Imagine the daughter. Okay. She lives. The mother is incarcerated. Let's remember that. And now here's the big twister, Ky. I know you're not going to see this coming. And so, oh my goodness, this is so crazy. So there was something called a furlough. Well, there's something called a furlough, excuse me. So back at that time, when she was arrested for her daughter, she was also incarcerated. However, she showed good behavior during this time.
Good Lord.
Yes, during this time. She was, oh, this is so funny. So she showed good behavior time and time again. And so what they did was, they allowed her to leave, come and go. And because apparently she found a job. In order to be granted a furlough, you have to have some reason that's legitimate, such as a job outside of the prison's facility. So she would come and go.
She tried to murder her daughter.
And she murdered. Well, they don't know she murdered her husband at the time. Yes. They let her, Ky, you're interesting because Ky says to me, Char, if anyone ever in life did something as terrible as murder, do you think they would let them come and go? And not regarding this case, just generally speaking. And I said, she says, would the Furlough Act really, would that be implemented? And I said, you know what? I wouldn't think so, but you know what? It was. It was. Because remember, once again, this is a long time ago. Before newer laws were implemented, that makes sense, where people can really, I don't know. This is just crazy. So
don't they still do that to this day? Let people
Yes, they
out?
do. Absolutely, they do. Yeah. Yes. I know someone that told me that he had furlough in prison, and he probably did it 12 times before he was.
What did he do? What was his
Drugs, just drugs. The old typical. It's nothing that exciting.
Well, see, that's not as bad as trying to murder.
Oh, I get your point. I get your point. Yes, I do get your point. Yeah, this is murder. This is not. I mean, no. Please don't get us wrong.
I'm
Our
not
people
saying
are listening.
selling
I'm
drugs
not
or
saying
whatever
that drugs
isn't
are bad.
bad,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's not as
yes,
bad as trying
yes.
to murder your
Your
daughter.
daughter. Exactly. I agree. I agree. Well, you know what? So here's this case is so out there, my God. And so one day, Audrey, she abused the furlough system because again, she was given regular weekly good behavior passes. Okay, guys, you got that. Audrey escaped from prison in
I
February.
mean, of course she did.
She said, of course she did.
I
Yes,
mean,
she
you're
did.
letting me out. What do you think? I'm coming back? What the hell?
My thoughts are I would do exactly the same thing because if you give me a chance to go, I'm free every time I leave. Those are
Yes.
my thoughts.
All you need
Yes.
to do is every time you go, you figure out how not to get back.
Yes,
That's
because,
it.
okay,
You
listen to
get
this.
stuff together. That's about it.
Exactly, exactly. So you're working your job, right? Right. You're working your job, right. And then at least an hour, even if you were working your outside job, for at least an hour before I return to the prison, do you think I'm not getting my master plan together of how I'm
I
going
was
to
about to
jump
say, have
out
you
the
met
water and
teenagers?
make
They
and
figure a way out of the rules to sneak out of their room to do everything. What do you think an adult is going to do?
right. That's
They're
so
going to
crazy.
figure out a way.
Yeah, so she abused the system and she was given the passes. And you know what? On
I
February
don't
the
think she
19th,
abused the system. I think the system was
the,
really
the
lacking
system
in
was just,
common sense and logic.
yes,
Good
yes,
Lord. I
yes.
think she did exactly what the system allowed her to do. I didn't think she abused the system.
How can you
Good
abuse a
Lord.
system that's not even in place correctly? How can you do that?
Correct.
It doesn't have any
Exactly.
nails or bolts on it. It's like, oh, hey, let me just open the door wide. Just walk on out. Give me a couple of pizzas on your way back. A couple of beers. Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah, I got you. I got you. I'll do it.
yeah.
I'll do it on my way back. Yeah. I got it. You know I'm a good person. I'll be back. I definitely will be back.
Oh my gosh.
Good
So you know
Lord.
what? So here's the thing. So she escaped from prison February 19th, 1987. So we've got that. That's crazy. Now, after being a fugitive for 3 long years, she was a fugitive for 3 years.
Dude,
That's,
so they let her out,
yes,
and then they couldn't find her for 3 years.
3 years. You know why, Kai? The first thing you would do, besides dye your hair a different color, what's the first thing you would do if you wanted to evade the law from finding you as a fugitive? There's got to be something that we're all thinking. She
I
lived in
mean,
Alabama. She
I
lived in.
have something.
You would do
I
what?
have something. I said I have a plan, but I ain't saying it because I got a plan.
Yeah, because she's got a plan, guys. I hope no one's listening. Oh my God, they're like writing it down. I want her plan. And the
Like,
authorities are
what
like,
plan? The
just in case
government's
you.
listening like really closely.
Yes,
Tell
if
us.
you ever commit a crime, we know exactly where you're going to go. What you're going to do. Just get your plan. Another murder. No. You guys, whatever you
No, the
do,
first thing I would do
never
is
take our advice.
change. Wouldn't you change your name or something?
Wait. Let's back up. What would you do first? She lives in a small town, Blue Mountain.
Well, you said she dyed her hair.
No, but I was saying, what would you do? What would
Move
you
out
do
of
dye
there.
your
Go
hair?
to a large city.
There you go. Bingo. That's it. Because you can always change your name. You're right. I agree with that. You can always change your hair color. You can wear sunglasses every day. You can wear a hoodie. Whatever you need to do to disguise yourself. But the first thing you do is move to a different city. Exactly. So after being a fugitive for 3 years, she
Good
settled in
Lord.
Florida. She had settled in Florida where she
See
met
what
her.
I tell you about Florida? All the crazy
I know. We just
shit.
talked about this. Guys, you've got to subscribe to our Patreon because this is another example of yet crazy, tremendously crazy cases that are in Florida. It
Yep.
started in Alabama, but it ends up in Florida and then it goes back to Alabama. It's just so crazy. And so she settled in Florida where she met her second husband, John Holman. Now, at this time,
Somebody married her again.
well, why
Good
not?
Lord.
Why not? She's a secretary. She's smart. She's probably attractive. She's cunning.
I have
She's
some
manipulating.
friends. I have
Yeah,
some friends who hasn't even gotten married once, and they're getting up there in age. And she got married
married
twice,
twice. I get
and
it.
she killed her
Hmm.
husband and tried to murder her
Her
daughter.
daughter. That's exactly right. Isn't that
Good
crazy?
Lord.
Well, it's called confidence, Kai. It's called confidence and split personalities at their best. so, and so what she did was her second husband, John Holman, she married him. And at that time, she was using the name Robbie Hannon. Now, Hannon sounds a lot like Holman. Wouldn't you agree? It's a little confusing, but it's a different name. So again, John Holman was her husband for everyone that's listening. And she changed her name to Robbie, John Holman, husband. She changed her name to Robbie Hannon, Hannon. Mm-hmm. Now it's just, so I don't know that, my point is this. I don't know if that was part of the plan to throw people off a little bit with this last name is of course entirely different. Because as we know, her last name was Hilley, Hilley. That was the last
I mean,
name.
her whole name is different.
Yes,
her entire name is different.
Exactly. It would throw me off. And Robbie is so under the radar. I mean, come on. And so she says, they said that they were together for a year. When she married him, did a little dating, year-long dating, smooching, whining and dining, all of that. Good meals, good shopping, good sex, all of that. And then, so when she got married, she took his last name, Hannon, which we know. They moved over all places. They moved to New Hampshire. Me personally, when I moved to a small town, when I escaped from a small town to go into a big city, to blend into the big city, to not be seen, to evade from the authorities, like, why would I move to a small town such as New Hampshire? I don't know. It sounds like a beautiful place. I love, love, love New England, by the way. Just for all of our listeners, Shara loves New England. But what do you think about moving there?
So New England is further up north. Is that like that little northern corner, right? It doesn't come all the way down to PA and New York and stuff.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's the northern corner, so it covers New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts.
Yeah, so I've never been to New England.
I'm not quite sure if it made it. Yes, exactly. And so she frequently spoke to her new husband. Now, this is just in the mind of Audrey Marie Hilley, because that's who she really is. She frequently spoke to her new husband about an imaginary twin sister named Terry Martin. She has a twin sister.
Now she got an imaginary twin sister.
My God, can it get any more twisted and psycho? So she talks regularly about Terry Martin, who lived in Texas, by the way. And so she says, "Oh, honey, this is literally what the authorities, I always want to say the authorities. This is what the information, the news clippings, the reports, the discovery, all of that. They said that she would say things like, honey, I've got to take this call, to her husband. It's my sister, my twin sister, Terry. I mean, can you imagine that? My twin sister, Terry, is very sick, by the way. She's dying.
But he never met her twin sister?
No, not just yet. Not just yet. So at this particular time, he never met her, but what she did was she created a colorful story that her sister was very sick.
I already call bullshit on that.
You're calling BS on it, right?
Yes, because if I had a twin sister, that's your twin sister. How wasn't she at the wedding? How have I not met her yet?
I agree.
No, I call bullshit on that.
I get what you're saying. So what Ky is saying, guys, this is what I'm gathering what you're saying is that, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with this. Okay, you're dating me, I'm dating you. Who is your family? Because we have a wedding here. Let's assume it was a traditional wedding. 75 to 250 people on average. You mean to tell me out of all these people, I don't see your sister, I don't see your brother, I don't see your mother, I don't see your daughter, I don't see your father, your aunties, no one.
I can understand. For some reason, maybe she'll have an excuse for them all, like they didn't agree that we got married so fast or something like that. But your twin sister, when you're a twin, you have a different level relationship than anybody else in your family.
That's so true.
So that's the one I wouldn't like. I would call bullshit on.
I get what you're saying because you think alike. You finish each other's sentences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some twins have like their own languages and stuff.
They do. They absolutely do. I totally agree with that. So here's what she says. My twin sister lives in Texas, but unfortunately she's dying from a terminal illness. Don't know why she made that up. Have no clue. Okay, so let's kind of move this along.
And so we've never been to see your twin sister who's dying?
Oh my gosh.
I think I have trust issues.
Wait, but do you have trust issues with Audrey? Is that what you're saying? Audrey
I'm saying period. Like, anybody who's telling me these stories,